that does bring up another point, right? In terms of if you are going to get into short-term rentals, or really, anytime you're getting into any sort of business, and whether that's a short-term rental or a long-term rental, there are some nuances to short-term rentals that you're not going to know. So making sure that no matter what market you're in, right, you're going to be lining up a team, whether it's a property manager, it's a real estate agent to help you find that home. You want to make sure that those people really know what they're doing and that they're guiding you along the way, right? Like if you talk to a CPA and you say, hey, I need someone to do my taxes. If you have a decent CPA, their job isn't to do your taxes for this last year. Their job is to help you plan for your taxes in the next year. And so TVs just make me think about that, because that's something simple that I wish we hadn't had to learn the hard way, what TVs to buy, right? There are very specific TVs that you want to buy that have single remotes, right? Like, so now we buy TCL TVs that have Roku built into it so that they're not going through a whole bunch of screens, hitting input buttons and all that, because you don't know who's going to be staying in that house. You may have, an older individual that's not as familiar with technology. And by no means do you ever want to have a cable box. Once you add any sort of, peripheral device, you're in big trouble. So there's definitely things like that to think about. From the real estate agent standpoint, Andrea mentioned, we don't do our own property management. Why would you think we don't do our, I know it might sound weird because we're in real estate, but guess what? We also don't find our own properties. We actually work with, depending on the area that we're looking at, we work with whatever agent is the expert in that area. So we have, one agent specifically on our team that, really deals with a lot of Airbnbs or short-term rental, VRBOs, whatever you want to call them. She really deals with a lot, especially in like that, kind of that 800,000 and up price point. And she just knows that inventory, and it's not a guessing game for her. She's out there, she knows inventory, she knows how to calculate the numbers, figure out the cap rates, or if you're not as familiar with real estate investing, cap rate is our term essentially for ROI, your annual return on investment.
And that's so important, because there's no reason for you to recreate the wheel with what you're purchasing. Mm-hmm. There are people out there that are experts in it, and that they know. They can say, here's a P&L statement from another one of my clients that owns a property just down the street that's the same size. You know what to plan then for your return. You know what works and doesn't work.